Hello and welcome. I'm your host, William Liu. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong, sweetly bronzed by the sun in the Caribbean, back from Curacao. Didn't miss a whole lot, although he did miss the Andrew Nembhard interview, which
Oh
will be
man.
dropping later this week. Andrew, by the way, was very disappointed to miss you, man. He was like, "Yo, where's your bro at, man?"
Oh, did he actually ask about me? Because that would be a huge boost for my ego.
He actually specifically asked about you and
Wow.
where you were, and I told him that, you had bigger things to do. A man has to have two vacations in the summertime. I also told him you were in Curacao, and he was like, "What's that?" So
NBA players not as cultured as you think. You
anyway,
should you should have told him I was basically on an island version of Cactus Club. Yeah.
is that the vibe in Curacao?
He would have understood that better. Did you ask him if he's brought a shorty to CNE since last year, or that wasn't in the cards?
I didn't ask that because that's your question.
Okay, okay.
Like I don't want to step on your territory, so
you
I
just don't want an embarrassing clip of yourself.
no, but I did tap into I guess my version of what makes you such a good interviewer, which is sort of that like asking a very direct and unavoidable, potentially embarrassing question. So there's actually
Okay.
several ones of those. I don't want to step on the interview.
Oh,
'Cause,
really?
it'll come
Okay.
out later, but I hope I did you proud with some of the
No,
provocation.
you're a great interviewer, a great researcher. People who haven't checked out the AJ Lawson interview that we did, Museum of Toronto, make sure you check that out on our YouTube page and on the podcast feed. And you did deep research on AJ, like you might be the
Hmm.
Nardwar of this game, my brother.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I got to change hats. I got to put on a plaid hat, grow my
dude,
hair out.
you got to do the doot 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 doot. You need to come up with your own version of that, man.
I thought the hello welcome was that, but I guess that's too generic.
Oh man.
We need to make it more special.
Yeah. So what did I miss, man? Shouts to Drake. Yeah.
What did you miss, man? Well, first off, you missed this whole Kawhi Leonard drama,
Yeah.
which I know as soon as he stepped off the plane, you were like, you know what? I actually got more that I want to talk about because, we had Bruce Arthur on last week. Bruce added another log to this like burning fire that is like leading directly to the Clippers. Having very strong circumstantial evidence of cap circumvention. If you haven't caught up on the story, I really don't want to update you. Like everyone knows by now what's going on, but you had more thoughts. And as a fellow, no anti-work king, Alex Wong, what are the latest in the Kawhi Leonard cap circumvention
Yeah,
situations?
I think for people listening to the pod, great pod with Bruce last week. What happened where would we leave off on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z? Dennis Wong appeared on Namek.
Yeah, I was gonna say if people were speculating that that's your father's name or something, can you
Yeah,
confirm if
yeah.
that's your dad's name? English
First of
name?
all, man, any scams that my dad has run in the last 25 years, we will not discuss. Please don't look in his drawers for cash money and ask where that's from. But yeah, I think the last thing was like, oh, we discovered that there was a minority owner named Dennis Wong. He is college roommates with Steve Ballmer, and he literally owns 1%
Yes.
of the team.
No, Steve Ballmer owns 99% of the team, and
Yeah.
then he was like, "Here you
He
go, little. Here you
he
go, little."
he got 99 problems, and Dennis Wong is one right now. And Dennis Wong, based on Pablo's like paper trail, like funneled in more money into the failing aspiration company just in time to pay Kawhi Leonard. And then over the weekend, because like Pablo's just been waiting to like drop more like tidbits.
Oh,
And
he's been going pretty crazy on
I'm
Twitter.
I'm super proud of Pablo, man, being the main character of the NBA right now. You know how pissed off Adam Silver must be at him right now.
Yeah. Adam Silver's like, they should be watching Eurobasket
It's like, why did
2025.
why didn't
Congratulations
ESPN why
to
did
Dennis
ESPN
Schroeder.
keep you and write a fluff piece on Joel Embiid or something, man? Why'd you
Oh
got to
man,
do this to me?
no more Linsanity pieces for
Oh
Pablo.
man, but Pablo was saying, according to 9 sources, that Steve Ballmer also put in another 10 million in 2023 as the company was failing, and that was also the same month that Kawhi was owed one of these quarterly payments. Because I guess Kawhi is supposed to be paid like what 7 million or something each year
To
from
do
this
nothing.
deal or something like that, and then
Yeah.
the company was like going bankrupt. So then like I guess how they characterize it is like Uncle Dennis was just like calling them, asking them where the money is, and then it seems pretty clear here that like Dennis Wong and Steve Ballmer were just like funneling money in to pay Kawhi.
I gotta say, like the timing of it is very suspicious. I think everyone's looking for the smoking gun. I think the issue is because the NBA did meet last week for the board of governor meeting, and reporters get to be there for that, right? So there's a lot of like reporters talk to like various owners or the people who represent owners. Like for example, the Raptors used to always send Masai for this. He was the vice chairman, and that's what that meant. That he would attend these board of governors meetings. I think now it's Larry Tannenbaum, and I guess in the future it'll be it'll be Ed Rogers at these sort of meetings. But I was really expecting that to be the major storyline to come out of that specific board of governors meeting, and it felt like, at least based on the reporting that went out there, not from Pablo but from the people who actually attended those meetings, talking to some of the owners, is just like, it seems some pretty split. It feels like some owners definitely want to go after the Clippers and really want them to be slapped on the wrist or punished in some severe way. And then a lot of other people were like, yeah, I didn't really sort of. I think other owners kind of brushed it off, which I thought was kind of interesting, because the other question, I didn't get enough time to ask Bruce this, but how much do you feel like, because obviously Adam's going to operate for the entire league, right? And for all 30 owners, he's got 30 bosses. How many of those 30 bosses are low-key trying to make this thing go away because they may have similar setups to the Clippers? The Clippers probably are the most egregious. Kawhi and Uncle Dennis probably the most brazen and potentially greedy in this whole situation to ask for this, but if I had to guess, there's probably other owners that are like, yeah, low-key, we're kind of doing similar schemes, and we don't even want this thing to go further. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. And I think that's why it's like a gray area, because like we know whatever it might be, like, oh, like, personal flights, like all this additional stuff that guys get, right? Like LeBron, I think Notorious was known for getting that. And like Pat Riley, Sleepy Pat was really upset at him in Miami because he used to bring his whole like crew around and started like having his own rules and stuff like that. Yeah. I think James Harden has famously like detoured flights to like go to strip clubs before they go to like LA. Like this has been like reported. Like players do this, but it's such a gray area. So I think the other owners are scared of like, okay, if you open this investigation into this specific deal, where does the buck really stop, right? And I think they should be fearful too, because like, you think Pablo, if he's digging into like how NBA deals are structured, has only looked into the Kawhi deal? Like, I'm sure he's looked at other deals too.
I think he's already confirmed that he's also going to be looking into the Jalen Brunson contract.
Right. So like, Jalen Brunson took like $115 million discount in exchange,
which is way more than what Kawhi actually
in
took,
exchange for Kith clothing.
Yeah, let's look into the Kith ownership.
Yeah, let's open up books on Kith. But yeah, like it's like we've seen players take discounts like in the past, like in the present and stuff. And I really think Pablo is probably going to release more stuff that's like related not just to Kawhi and the Clippers. Like I think he's probably going to open this up to the entire NBA, and that's why he's been baiting Mark Cuban, because like Cuban went on his podcast.
Mark
but
Cuban baiting himself at this point. Hold on.
No one's
specifically like, hey, Mark Cuban, what do you think about this? It's always Mark Cuban jumping in.
The two biggest billionaire defenders in this world are Mark Cuban and me, bro. I've never seen someone defend billionaires like this. It's crazy.
Tough, man. He's just always like, but he was scammed. But anyone can get scammed. I got scammed. It's like, that is not going to hold up.
No, I mean, I'm sure you watched like the Steve Ballmer like interview that he did right away with Ramona. And that was just bullshit. Like he was just trying to get ahead of it, position himself as like the victim in the situation. And I thought he came off terribly like doing that interview and stuff.
Yeah, well, towards the end, he got in that interview with Ramona. Steve Ballmer even got a little, like, I thought he got carried away almost, because he's like, in his mind, he's probably like, I'm doing well, I'm hitting all the points, and then he's just like, and by the way, I don't even want to say this, but like, I'm a victim in this, and I'm like, brother.
No, like
nobody's trying to hear about how you got quote unquote scammed in this situation.
I was thinking too, like, do you think this got to be like off court wise? Like, what's the last biggest NBA story off court? Like, I was going back to like Malice in the Palace.
I was gonna say Donald Sterling.
Yeah, Donald Sterling. Yeah, Donald Sterling too. Yeah, that was.
Hey, shout out to V. Stiviano, man. Shout out to V. Stiviano had one of the greatest interviews of all time with Barbara Walters.
Oh yeah,
where she sits down.
R.I.P. to the GOAT. Yeah.
Oh, Barbara sits down, and for some reason V just says, I'm. She gives this legendary speech where she's
Stop calling her V.
No, her name's V. Okay,
She's Big V.
she's little V. But she says, yeah, I'm Mr. Sterling's everything. I'm Mr. Sterling's right hand arm.
Yo,
man.
that's insane. She can't even get the anatomy right.
And then she's like, I think she called herself like his funny bunny or something.
Right. I mean, I've called
Or silly
called,
rabbit. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the silly rabbit. And
know,
Barbara Walters is like, you're his what?
I've called myself funny bunny to people. You know, it is what it is. But you know, when you get close, you got little cute nicknames and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy because like,
all right, for sure.
because Silver had to step in on that. And then in between it, somehow the Clippers win like 50 games every year.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Because
Nope.
like the Clippers got to be, if you go back the last 10 years, regular season, probably one of the winningest franchises.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
been consistent.
Man,
right?
if you see the Clippers in March,
Man.
you're losing.
You see Batum check in at the scores table, man?
Ooh, Amir
you're
Coffee
done.
in February, it's
Oh, my
over,
God,
man.
you're done. You're getting decafed.
Oh.
No, but like they do all this, and now they're still just the Clippers again. And it's
Yeah.
like not even to talk about like Kawhi's been there for like what 6 years, 7 years now.
Yeah.
And like what results have they gotten, right? And now there's this whole scandal. Ultimately, like I don't know, man. I don't think it really affects them on court unless the punishments obviously come down.
Well, you
like,
think
whatever
Kawhi's
it
going to
is.
be battered by reporters over there?
No, but this is the funniest thing. Like Kawhi's the most unbothered guy by it, right? And like James Harden famously, I think according to the baby or something, like doesn't have the internet. So because remember,
I don't know. That might be an unreliable source. Man.
remember
That might be like according to Mark Cuban. Okay, according to the baby is crazy.
Remember Harden pulled up to the bubble in like a Blue Lives Matter like
Oh,
bandana, and that's when the baby was like, "Yo, he doesn't know. Like he just liked the color blue. Like he doesn't have the internet."
No, the baby's
So-
legit is Mark Cuban.
So you're gonna get to media day, and it's like Kawhi's not gonna say anything. You know that. James Harden's gonna have no clue that this is happening, and
James
we're gonna
Harden's like, hey, speaking of missed payments, I'm owed money by Daryl Morey of the Philadelphia 76ers.
and then
He's
you're gonna
like,
have
Pablo Torre, please investigate him as well.
and then CP3's gonna walk in and be like, "Hey yo, what the fuck?" And he's gonna have to answer all the questions because then he used to be the president of the Players Association. And
Chris
stuff.
Paul's like, last time I was with the Clippers, Donald Sterling was happening. Now we got Steve Ballmer. Yo,
Yeah,
man, they should
no.
get Doc Rivers back as head coach, man.
No, it's honestly pretty crazy, and it's funny because like Jake Fisher, I think was at the board of governor meetings, and he reported he like talked to a few team strategists from different teams, and who he says quote told me with chest puffed that if the Clippers aren't docked multiple first round picks and if Leonard's contract isn't voided while his salary obligations remain on the Clippers books, they will feel emboldened to seek out their own version of shell companies to provide additional compensation to their players.
I kind of love that, man. First off, the threat of committing crime is so good.
No,
And
they're
to
just like,
tell-
yo, if
to
he
tell
gets
Jeff
away
Fisher
with it,
of the Steinline, this is so good, man.
if
I
he
love
gets
it.
away with this, we're doing it too. We're setting up Campaign Inspire LLC.
Yo, you legitimately have random team owners being like, if Jesus paying LeBron, I'm paying Dwayne Wade.
My favorite thing with all the transfers to Kawhi too is like he set up his company called KL2 Aspire. Like this guy literally used like the Wu-Tang name generator, man. What are you doing?
This guy's like, I want to make it as easy as possible for Pablo to find
Yeah.
what I'm doing here.
No, I know. Bill Simmons, shouts to the GOAT, mentioned this as a possibility too. Of like, oh, how much did Kawhi really know? I honestly think Kawhi's leaving a lot of this to Uncle Dennis. I honestly think a lot of this is just money for Uncle Dennis.
You know what? It could possibly be the case.
I'm not saying Kawhi doesn't know anything about it, but
Okay.
for sure he's not leading these negotiations.
Let's
like
say
Kawhi's
LeBron-
not like a Godfather type schemer, man.
Let's say LeBron was in a situation where he gets caught getting under the table payments. You think the whole story would be about Rich Paul or
if
Maverick
LeBron got
Carter?
caught,
It would be about LeBron.
Yo,
So
he
why are
would
we just
suddenly
letting Kawhi off
lose
why are
he
we
would
just
lose the
giving
ability
Kawhi
to
like
speak English, bro.
no, but Kawhi, like, why are we just giving Kawhi this like lack of agency to like give him this like freedom to like escape the culpability here? Like, no, man, like it's not about Uncle Dennis, man. The buck doesn't
really
stop with
is,
Uncle
though.
Dennis.
No, it really is about Uncle Dennis.
No,
though.
it
And,
ain't
like,
about UD, man. It's about
No,
Kawhi Leonard.
no, like without Uncle Dennis's involvement, Kawhi I think comes back to Toronto for a year, for 5 years, whatever it is. Like, Uncle Dennis is the mechanism of all this happening, man.
But bro, Kawhi's 34 years old, man.
I know, but you think Kawhi's sitting like
is
at
your
home?
uncle making you do anything at 34?
I don't have a single close uncle in my life.
That's what I'm saying. If my uncle told me something at 34, I'll be like, I'll get to you when I get to you, man.
If you look at Kawhi's like family relationships, like obviously his uncle is his closest.
I understand.
And that's like a father figure to him.
For sure, yeah.
And all I'm saying is Kawhi's not sitting there in 2019 being like, yo, go ask them for ownership of the Leafs. Like, this is all Uncle Dennis's
But do you think
ideas.
Uncle Dennis was like, hey,
Allegedly.
Kawhi, hey, Kawhi, I'm going to ask for this, this, and this. You cool?
Yeah, of course Kawhi's like, yeah. He's like, go ahead, do it. Like, I want to go back to LA anyways.
There you go.
You might as well press him and stuff. So I'm not saying Kawhi's not involved, but I feel like he's very passive in this. Like, this is all Uncle Dennis. Like, Uncle Dennis
I don't care. It should still Kawhi should still take some of the fall for this, man.
That's
like,
fine.
You know what I mean? If the whole investigation happens and they're like, Adam Silver goes to the stand and he's like, Uncle Dennis is banned from the NBA for life. Like he did with the previous Clippers owner. Like that's not gonna hit for anybody.
Like, what are you really mad at like Kawhi about? If you think about it, though, it's like
leaving Toronto. But
leaving Toronto. But with this particular situation, all he was trying to do was he got wrapped up in trying to get more money, just like how everybody's trying to in the NBA, right? Like, I don't look at Kawhi. I don't look at Kawhi any differently.
Yo, Kawhi isn't the first great player to hit free agency and have the world at his feet. You know what I mean? But not everybody was planting fake plastic trees, Radiohead style, and
that's fair.
And getting all this money to the point where it's like you know what I mean? Like in the episode I did with Bruce, like the Clippers have been investigated like 7 or 8 times separately involving their situation with Kawhi, right? Like you had Lawrence Frank sleeping in Scotiabank Arena. Like he was one of those people like sleeping at Union Station, like walking into 50 Bay every day, like to use the washroom. Like that's him. Okay. You have you have Doc Rivers being investigated. Remember Steve Ballmer showed up courtside in the middle of freaking January to sit courtside in Detroit.
Yeah, that was tough.
To watch a Raptors Pistons game. By the way, Raptors lost that game.
He hosted a Super Bowl party. That was his excuse.
Yeah. Where I guess they were playing. Oh, God damn it! What a good excuse. Honestly, I can't even hate that. That's such a good excuse.
You can't deny the machinations of the Clippers. But no, I'm not. I'm not saying Kawhi's not at fault.
Kawhi's former trainer.
Yeah.
The Spurs have alleged. Like, by the way, I've never even seen tampering where the previous team alleged tampering. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously the Raptors alleged tampering with the Clippers. Man, even the Spurs alleged tampering with the Clippers. That's crazy. That's 2 teams ago.
Yeah, it's such a crazy turn just for a guy like Kawhi, like his personality is so quiet and stuff, and now he's like involved in like the biggest NBA scandal in like over a decade. And it's hilarious. And you're not going to get anything out of him, and nobody expects an answer from him. Like, he's actually sitting in a great spot. Because, like you said, if this was LeBron, if this was someone else, like, LeBron would have to get ahead of it. He'd probably have to go get Ipe from jail and just take the hit for it. Ipe's like, yeah, I did this. I also impersonated LeBron James in addition to Shohei Ohtani. Because have you heard those calls? Like, the bank's like, oh, can we confirm what's your name? And he's like, Shohei Ohtani.
he says it in the most Japanese way possible, and then the bank's like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." Like, he's like, "Konnichiwa."
I'm just saying. When you sit back,
holy shit,
when you sit back and look at this, like I don't look at Kawhi any differently. Like I really don't.
Okay.
If anything, I feel bad that like he's wrapped up in this situation, working with his uncle, who obviously allegedly does not care about the rules.
Yeah.
And he's put him in this position.
I don't know, man. You can't blame everything on your uncle, bro. You 34 years old talking about your uncle.
No, but I'm thinking about this too. I'm like, this is just stupid because, if I'm to take Ballmer's side for a second, we got Mark Cuban and y'all Mark Asian. So if we take Ballmer's side for a second, it's like, yo, if you're going to open this investigation up, like, I want you to look at all this other stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, that would be my response. Like, I wouldn't try to deny all this stuff, whatever. The payment trail is all out there. I would be like, hey, like, why are you single-handedly just looking at me here just because Pablo broke the reporting on me? Like, we know that this stuff runs rampant in the whole NBA. And I think that's why Silver's being super careful too. Because, like, once you open this up, like, it's going to be crazy.
No, it's gonna be nuts. I really hope that something does come out of this that isn't just like a slap on the wrist. Like I don't think for me, actually, we'll talk about the punishments, but I mean, even just to this point in terms of like, because again, my running theory is that like there's probably gonna be two camps on this. There's gonna be one camp of owners that are like, shut this thing down,
Yeah.
let it kind of like die off, like don't give it any more momentum. Because quietly, this is just how the business is done. You know what I mean? Like, yes, on the up and up, like you have cap experts and you have like Shams getting reported like, oh, Kawhi Leonard signed a 5-year, $190 million deal. Okay, like that's like what's reported, but what's happening behind the scenes is like this is probably how the dirt gets done. Versus another camp that's probably like, hey man, we don't have this type of money, right? I think that one of the big parts about this obviously is that Steve Ballmer is like the richest man in the NBA. He has enough like money to buy the entire league. Like he could just become Adam Silver instead of the Clippers owner if he wanted to. And like so him being limited by a salary cap, obviously, there's more of a way for him to reach around that. Even as compared to like the Lakers next door in LA, where the Lakers are like a family run business until recently when they sold. And so,
I love the Lakers being positioned as a mom and pop shop, man.
Yeah.
A family run.
They're just
business.
a little. It's just like Kim's Convenience, man. You got
It's
Appa,
crazy.
you got Oma.
We gotta stop pretending
You got
like the
Simu?
Lakers are a mom and pop shop, man. A family run business, like it's your local diner or something.
Magic
man.
Johnson is just their Simu.
No, that's crazy, man. We need to dead that, man.
No, but like,
Oh my God.
I really do think that the league is split on this because I think small market teams who largely benefit from the salary cap sort of operating the way they are the ones probably saying like, hey, let's punish the Clippers for going above it. And I think there's probably a group of very powerful owners that are actually probably in the favor of killing it because like, not to tell Pablo what to do because he's doing an amazing job, but I mean, I think there's just like 5 like pretty notable cases even before this that are quite suspicious.
Yeah,
Number one,
let me hear these.
Number one, Dirk Nowitzki. Speaking of Mark Cuban, what happened here? Dirk took a lot of discounts over his career, but at one point was offered $92 million by the Lakers in 2014, but he did not obviously play for the LA Lakers. That mom and pop shop had $92 million just sitting in the cash register off of selling freezies. Instead, he took $25 million with the Mavericks. Which is just an absurd discount. He was making, I think, $7.5 million per year that year. The Mavericks then took the money that Dirk left on the table to go chase Chandler Parsons, of all people, and they paid Chandler Parsons actually twice what they paid Dirk Nowitzki back in 2014. This to me might be the biggest case of this in terms of this cap circumvention.
For me, like I don't. We can't say every single player discount is cap circumvention either, though, because like what happened to the discussion about like player loyalty or like Dirk taking less here because like he wants to stay with one franchise. I think where Cuban failed him here is like you mentioned, he spent his money poorly, like all the savings that he got from Dirk. Because I remember they won the championship.
Well, what do you think Dirk got out of this? Because this is not just we're talking
sure,
about like DeMar took like
of.
3 or 4 million off of like re-signing in Toronto. I could believe that's loyalty.
Sure,
you know what I mean. We're talking about $92 million versus $25 million.
That's fair. I think if you connect the dots too, like maybe that's why Cuban's going so hard on this. Right now, because like he might get called out on this stuff too, right? So
yeah,
but I think with Dirk, it's probably promises of like whatever, like ownership, like part of the team, like all this stuff that you get, right? Yeah.
By the way, if you see Dirk's annual salary, because usually, so you make the rookie scale contract, you probably make the max, and then you make bigger maxes, and then towards the end of your career, you like slow down a little bit. So there's like a kind of like almost like a bell curve, but like not necessarily, but essentially you got paid the most in your prime, right? 2014-15, Dirk gets paid $8 million. The following year, he gets paid $8 million. Then he goes up to $25 million. So I don't know what justified a raise from $8 million to $25 million.
JJ Barea probably came off the books.
I think Chandler Parsons came off the books, and then he goes down to $5 million. So his salary goes from being 20 a year consistently up to 22, then down to 7, then 8, then 25, then 5, then 5. Like that's like the most. That's definitely cap
that might have been like a cap 100%. Spike. That might have been a caps. No, it's just tricky because it gets to a point where it's like, any guy who it's like how any guy when he has a bad game now, it's like, oh, he gambling on himself. Like we can't look at every discount and say that. Although I'm
Okay.
sure in this Dirk scenario, there's just a relationship there, and there's an
Right.
understanding that you're going to be taken care of, which
Oh,
I think is
definitely been taken
okay.
care of.
Which I
Okay.
think is okay.
Okay. All right. Then the next option is Tim Duncan,
Yeah.
which is very similar to the Dirk situation. Tim Duncan signed for $5 million a year in 2015.
Nah, it's just because Tim Duncan doesn't care. Man. He's like, yeah, sure, man.
That allowed the Spurs, by the way,
Yeah.
to sign LaMarcus Aldridge in free agency from the Trailblazers,
Mm-hmm.
and also actually, by the way, funny enough, Kawhi signed his extension the same summer.
No. There's no way. Timmy's getting involved in any schemes, man. Yeah.
Do you feel like there should be a loyalty clause? Because I feel like in the cases because this doesn't feel the same to me like Dirk and Tim Duncan. Because for me, I'm just like, okay, Kawhi was taken from one team to go to another one, seduced in this way. You know what I mean? Tim Duncan and you know what I mean, and Dirk. It's like they've been married to their franchises. Like if they have a little agreement on the side, it's
Yeah,
fine,
like I don't
Like,
even look at that as like a bad thing. So yeah,
Okay.
for me, these are pretty standard of like players towards the end of their career, like taking a pay cut, understanding that they're taking a lesser role,
Do you know
and that's
Tim
why
Duncan made the
yo,
league
shows-
minimum for the last 3 years of his career.
you know who's never gonna get brought up in this is Kobe, because Kobe took every dollar from the Lakers, man.
Wow, robbing the mom and pop shop. I can't believe it, man. I can't
ran out of freezies, man.
Uh,
This guy really talking about the Lakers like they're max convenience. Or
No,
something.
legit. Kobe was in that mom and pop shop like Marlo, man. He took the lollipop and just walked out.
Oh
man.
man, this next one, I'm very
Okay.
curious about.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually morally, I'm totally fine with Dirk and Tim Duncan, whatever the situations were, even though the accounting's very weird. The third one is James Harden, who had a $47 million player option in his contract. This is after he got traded midseason from the Nets over to the Sixers. He had $47 million for the following season. He declined that option, which again, it was guaranteed to him for $47 million, and he re-signed for 2 years at $68 million, which represented a discount of $14 million that he did for the Clippers. For the Sixers. The Sixers actually were caught tampering in this situation. Funny enough, because they got slapped on the wrist for what they did with PJ Tucker and Daniel House, which were former, teammates of, I guess, for James Harden, also former employees of Daryl Morey, who was with the Rockets and then went to the Sixers. And of course, the Sixers ultimately didn't even pay out James Harden in the end, because basically it looked like James was going to take a small discount for a year, retain his bird rights, and then re-sign for the max. I think that was the idea that he had in mind. Instead, the following year, it didn't really go well for the Sixers. They didn't advance. They obviously flamed out before the conference finals again. And then ultimately, that's when he decided to hold out, and that's eventually, I think he actually opted into his contract and then got traded to the Clippers, where he signed for a longer term deal. James Harden has since come out in China of all places and said Daryl Morey is a liar and I'll never work with him again. I repeat, Daryl Morey is a liar and I'll never go work for him again. And then 50,000 Jeremy Jangs were going nuts in a mall in
That's
Shenzhen
so
or
scary.
something.
It's like the real Slim Shady video, but it's with Mainlander.
No, it's Marshall's there too, man. Speaking of Slim Shady.
Yeah,
You're a
shout out to
real
the
Slim
bucket,
Shady.
man. No, I think with James, like this is clearly, a little wink wink of like, okay, do this, and then when you're up, we'll extend you, take care of you. But oh shoot, when it came to extending you, like you gotta suck now. So you're gonna have to take a little discount. We don't want you anymore. And that's why James got mad. Like I think
Why do you think he was so pressed?
Yeah, I think if you look at James's, like, I think that little 3-4 year stretch there, he probably lost out on like 50 million plus,
Yeah.
based on like all these options that he was declining and all of
Yeah.
this stuff.
Him and the baby had to downsize.
Yeah,
man.
this is why you don't listen to the baby, man.
Oh man, they went from a bungalow to a townhouse at that point.
Yeah,
man.
so yeah, Harden for me. Again, we know this stuff happens all the time. Like free agency is determined
Yeah.
like earlier than it is. Like players have agreements. It's like when the Raptors trade, in season to get guys. Like they talk over the extension and it's figured out.
Yeah.
That to me is not breaking any rules. Like that's just the game. Yeah.
This is the game, but this is somebody who lost really badly in the game. James
Yeah,
Harden really
yeah,
did
yeah,
lose
no.
really badly in this whole situation. And again, like I think they definitely needed some level of trust, because I think when they traded it from Brooklyn, I think the idea was, the understanding was, okay, we're gonna take care of you, because like there were other teams out there that were gonna give him the max supposedly at that time. But he chose to go with the Sixers with the idea, and there's obviously that long-standing trust with working with Daryl Morey, and that's why he feels so spurred by the fact that, or spurned by
Yo,
the fact
Daryl
that,
Morey has a framed photo of James Harden, like custom painted in his living room, man.
Okay, that's just weird on all levels, man.
Yeah,
Like,
imagine,
that's weird, man.
imagine if Amol just has like a photo of you painted like Napoleon. This is like in The Sopranos.
I suppose I have this in my room. I
Yo,
mean,
when Paulie has a painting of Tony Soprano, yeah, that is a little weird. No, but
Yeah.
Maury used to always compare Harden to like Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
saying how he's like better than Michael Jordan and all this stuff.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Let's get one title and then
Used
get
to be his
6-1.
funny bunny, man.
Oh,
They used to-
that
they
was
used
his
to be
V.
they used to be funny bunnies, man.
That's tough, man. Well, the next one I think is like a open and cut, like open and shut, like case of tampering. This is with the Brooklyn Nets. Andrei Kirilenko, who had a $10 million player option at the end of his career. Obviously, he was a long time member of the Jazz, and he ended up, I think, Minnesota, and then he went to Brooklyn. He had a $10 million player option. He turned that whole $10 million player option down to then re-sign for 2 years at $6 million per year with the Brooklyn Nets. The angle here is obviously AK-47 is one of very few Russian players. I think him and Alexei Shved were the two. But the Nets at that time just happened to be owned by Russian oligarch Mikhail Prokhorov. Is this tampering?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah,
is
yeah,
this
yeah.
cap circumvention? This has to be.
Yeah,
man.
this was straight up. This was
Like,
straight up,
Bro,
Yeah.
he had 10 million on the books. He turned it out for $6 million.
Yeah,
No way.
This is like in 5 years when like Joe Tsai convinces Hanson Yang to sign for the minimum. Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna have our own little Chinese scandal.
Yeah, but he's gonna be promised the whole entire province of China somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, this one was pretty straight up, but it's also like that's the thing. It's like it's for late career Andre Kirilenko. Who cares?
You know what? That is pretty funny.
They're making room for who? Mikey Moore. Like nobody cares about this one.
They're like, hey man, well, Andre Blatch is requesting for more than a biannual.
this one-
Can you
this
take a
one's-
discount?
this one's
we'll
not
give
even-
you we'll give you oil fields in Siberia, please.
This one's not hitting ESPN Ocho, man. Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
fair enough. I feel like, you know what, Pablo, save your time. The last option, actually, I just have this as a catch-all, the Brooklyn Net, or the Miami Heat. That's my fifth option here. So several players have signed discounts with the Miami Heat. Now, granted, the Heat have been a very successful franchise. All these players I'm going to mention all won titles with Miami, but a partial list. So Shaquille O'Neal took a discount to extend in Miami after his infamous trade from the Lakers to Miami. He could have gotten a 3-year, $90 million extension, but instead he settled for a 5-year, $100 million extension.
Come on, the difference is not that crazy.
No, but 5 years of 110, you're making 20 a year versus $30 million a year.
Yeah,
You're
but
taking $10 million
he was
a year
headed towards
less.
being like Rainbow Shaq, where he played for every color.
He did get traded, I think, 2 more times on this
Yeah.
contract. But he did take a significant discount. At that point, I think the Heat were able to sort of take some of the savings and then build out their 2006 winning team. Of course, famously, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh all collectively took discounts together when they, obviously joined forces in 2010. Even Udonis Haslem, I didn't even realize this, but UD took a discount, which is kind of nuts to me because those other guys, I'm like, okay, they made so much money, they're going to make money their whole lives. They don't have to care about money. They're like, okay, if it takes a couple million to get Shane Battier or like to get Mike Miller on the team, fine. Udonis Haslem taking a discount is crazy, bro. This guy didn't even get paid that much yet.
I guarantee
There was
you-
apparently a deal on the table that summer for $34 million for Udonis Haslem elsewhere, and he chose to stay in Miami for 20.
Who's trying to sign him, man? David Thorpe. No, I think no, I guarantee if you look it up, UD definitely got like a Chinese sneaker deal with Dwayne Wade.
Oh man,
Like for sure. For sure. I guarantee you like some of those guys like were able to make good money off Wade's like deal with like Anto or whatever, right? Like his way of Wade. Yeah, and then Bosh, Wade, LeBron coming together, that was just like they had to make it fit like under the salary cap.
They definitely made it fit for sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah, UD does have a Chinese shoe.
There we go, man. Just always follow
lean
the
in.
money, bro.
Well, open
But
a
these are
showcase.
not
Pablo, we saved
cap
you-
circumventions. Yeah.
No?
The
Okay.
only one I'm interested in legit is Jalen Brunson though, because
Yeah,
like,
well,
his
that's
dad's
the
on
obvious
his
one,
dad's on the staff. Like that's a huge pay cut to take. So I I'd be really curious about that.
Do you think his dad makes more than Mike Brown, who's the head
Oh
coach?
my God, I forgot that Mike Brown's the coach.
Yo,
now.
because my idea was always like, if you're trying to sign Giannis, like you should sign Thanasis for
Right.
$20 million a year.
Yeah, no, you should give his podcast network like $500 million.
Yeah, like Joe Tsai's like, man, I just really
Yeah.
believe in Thanalysis. Like,
Well, this is but this is like what Jake Fisher was reporting. It's like other teams threatening to like use their own tactics. I would love to see that. Like if we come out of this and the NBA is not really putting their foot down or changing rules on stuff, like I do think teams should get creative. Like you've always said, they should give Thanasis the max or something.
yeah, then you could pay Giannis double the max. It's great.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually a brilliant idea. But I think one of the things people have been talking about with Steve Ballmer and the Clippers, what the ultimate punishment is going to be is like Steve Ballmer's too rich, right? Like he's worth. I mean, I looked it up yesterday. It said he's worth like 150 billion. So if you go by that number,
like that, yeah, sure.
even a $50 million fine is just 3% of his net worth. Like it would be the equivalent of if you had 100K.
3%, that's way too high. It might be like 0.003%.
It might be less than that, yeah. But like it's the equivalent of getting fined like $3,000 if you had 100,000 in your account. So it's like nothing to him. Like he could be fined like $200 million.
Yeah.
And legit, he's like not sweating. So I think that's the one problem, right? It's like
I don't know. Steve Ballmer, one thing we know about him, that man gonna sweat.
No, it's like you're not gonna be able to punish him financially.
Yeah.
And
No,
the
you're right.
stripping the draft picks also doesn't matter because like they've given away all their picks, whatever, right? So I've come up with 5 more creative ideas to punish Steve Ballmer. I wanted to like throw it by you, okay?
Let's go.
Okay, number 1. Steve Ballmer must coach the team until they finish a season over 500. So if they continuously finish with losing records, Steve Ballmer. So in this scenario, Ty Lue, I guess, has to lose his job.
Damn.
Like all coaching staff lose their job, they're suspended, and Ballmer has to coach with Dennis Wong and one aspiration executive of his choice.
Speaking of which, we haven't even looked into Jeremy Castleberry, man. That's also definitely some sort of cap circumvention. Bro.
What Jeremy Castleberry does, he's a social climber. Yeah, there's no penalty for that. Yeah, that's just a life skill. Yeah.
That's a cloud chasing. Okay,
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough. Everyone
number
got that. Yeah.
so number one, Ballmer has to coach the team.
Because
This damages them. This damages them from an on-court standpoint. You lose one of the best coaches in the league. Ballmer has to coach, and he's gonna get jeered everywhere he goes. Like he's got to do the pregame and postgame coach press conferences. Like at practice, he's gonna get asked questions. I feel like this would actually be a fitting punishment for Steve Ballmer. It's like, yo, you a billionaire, but you gotta work. Yeah.
I kind of like that. Actually, I support making billionaires work. For
yeah.
So
make billionaires work harder.
I like this. I like this idea. I'm in favor of this idea. All right.
Okay.
Let's see what other punishments you have.
Okay, number 2 is the Clippers have to operate at only 50% of the total salary cap for 3 seasons. So Lawrence
One
Frank
would argue they already do by Kawhi not playing half the games. But
Lawrence Frank, this genius, stalking Scotiabank Arena, all this stuff. So now he's under pressure because you got to tear down the team. Like you probably can't. Like Kawhi and James probably take you to that 50% already. And the side effect of this is like they're gonna have to trade Kawhi. So the Kawhi sweepstakes ensues.
So we had a Damian Lillard sweepstakes. Now we got a Kawhi Leonard sweepstakes.
Imagine if Kawhi became available tomorrow.
Oh,
Which team do you think is most desperate to get him? I kind of feel like Cleveland or someone should go crazy and try to get him.
Oh my God! If Cleveland got Kawhi, they'd literally be the championship favorites.
But they probably have to give up like 2 young guys. You think Kawhi's worth 2 young guys, 2 good young players? What is Kawhi's trade value if he was made available?
Okay,
tomorrow?
but here's the thing: if his contract gets voided, is he a free agent? Because so the Clippers got nothing
Sure.
from him. They don't even get the ability to recoup value on a trade.
Let's say it's not voided in this hypothetical.
They're just forced.
But
to
the
trade
Clippers,
him?
the Clippers have decided that they're gonna move on. Like we don't want to deal with this anymore.
That might possibly happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at what point if you're Steve Ballmer, aren't you looking at this like, is this worth it?
Yeah. For me, you know what? The dream scenario, he goes to San Antonio, goes back.
Yeah, I don't think they'll welcome him back in San Antonio.
Works with Wemby.
I don't know about that. I think San Antonio might actually be like, we're good.
I think a team.
You know that Colin Cowherd clip? He's like, hey, LeBron.
Yo,
We're good.
this must be the dead of summer, man.
Ben
We
Simmons is
quoting
here.
Colin Cowherd. What's
me-
next, man? Nick Wright.
No, that's not. By the way, I've seen Nick Wright play poker a lot on because
Oh yeah,
I
he
watch
plays
a lot of poker on YouTube. Yeah,
his
yeah.
his hair also keeps growing longer.
It's incredible, man.
Like I
He
don't
got-
get
he-
what's going on.
I've never seen anyone else look like Nick Wright.
This guy
He's got
has
a very
turkey
unique
at
appearance.
home, man.
Yeah. No, but
So forced to trade Kawhi, 50% salary cap.
I like 50% salary cap. I don't know if they had to trade Kawhi.
Yeah,
That feels
okay.
rude.
Okay. Third idea here. Clippers have to move to Hamilton for 2 years. So Intuit Dome is empty. That's a financial punishment.
Okay,
You don't get
okay,
any.
okay.
You don't get any obviously ticket sales, merchandise.
Ooh.
They have to play in Hamilton and be reminded of the SGA trade every day.
Okay.
And a little compromise. Kawhi returns to Canada. Yeah, but not with the Raptors. So you get to go to Hamilton to see Kawhi. Would you drive out to Hamilton to see Kawhi?
I probably would actually.
Yeah,
I do miss Kawhi a lot.
Yeah, so we got the Hamilton Clippers for 2 years.
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
know if Hamilton even has an indoor stadium nearly big enough to
Well,
support
Steve
the
Ballmer
Clippers.
can build one.
You can probably buy all
with
of
real
Hamilton,
estate
actually.
mogul Dennis Wong.
I'm pretty sure you could. I think Steve Ballmer could afford Hamilton real estate.
Yo.
I just think there's no reason.
Yo, in 2 years, Pablo's gonna be like, yo, and then Mark Savell funneled money into Aspiration LLC. Okay, number 4.
Yeah.
This one's actually my favorite.
Speaking
So
of
like,
Mark Savell.
so everyone's talking
Toronto
about
Olympics. All right.
everyone's talking about how like, oh, Bam Ballmer from games, like he loves watching basketball courtside. This will be so crushing for him. No,
That's
I
not
think
a punishment.
no, I think you should not ban Steve Ballmer, but instead he has to sit in the last row in the 500s.
Oh,
and
he has
into
to
a
sit
dome.
on the wall.
He has to sit like even like beyond the wall, like beyond the
okay,
wall
okay.
where Jon Snow never even went in Game of Thrones. Like he has to, no, but he has to be high up. So then every time something happens
they
in a
put his
game,
brother in East Germany. Man.
No, that's-
He's beyond the wall.
anytime something happens in a game, you pan to Ballmer, and
Yeah.
he's like humiliated because he's a
You gotta zoom,
billionaire.
like, all the
yeah,
way
yeah,
up
yeah,
there,
yeah.
like-
He's in the Porzingis seats.
Yeah.
I think that's a better punishment than banning him from coming to the games. You can come, but you can no longer have the courtside experience.
Well, because isn't that one of the punishments I think they had for, for Donald Sterling was that like he's banned from attending NBA games for like a
yeah,
year?
yeah. But I think his wife or something gets the seats.
Yeah, no, Shelly got to keep
Yeah.
the seats. Shouts
Right.
to Shelly and V, the two most important people in his
Right,
life.
right. Just two funny bunnies. Yeah.
He had he had a whole funny harem basically going. But no, I actually kind of like that actually. I
Yeah.
like this. Yeah, yeah.
'Cause-
Make,
'cause
make,
again-
make Steve Ballmer like feel.
Yeah.
And make sure he like no special ticket access. Like
No,
he gotta,
no,
like, he
no.
gotta wait in line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, you
gotta climb
humble
the stairs,
yeah,
the
you
elevator's
humble him a
always
little
out.
bit, right?
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
humble
yeah.
him a little bit.
Okay.
And then lastly, this again drives towards like how to punish the Clippers on court. Uncle Dennis runs basketball operations for 3 seasons.
Oh,
yeah.
that hasn't already happened.
Yeah, I want to
That's not
know
already happening.
I want to know how Uncle really feels about John Collins and stuff, Like
Oh, yeah.
I want to know what kind of moves he would make.
Yo.
This would set Kawhi would become the first player to not appear in a regular season game and just make his debut game 1
Uncle Dennis is like,
12:30.
Well, as Kawhi just speaking of the no-show jobs, I got you another one.
So, anyways, my favorite one is a combination of making the Clippers move,
Yeah.
and making Ballmer have to sit in the 500s.
You know what I think this really gets to the idea of like I don't even know what a specific punishment. I feel like making Ballmer lose the team is like way too far.
Yeah,
Like, I really do. I think that's, like,
I
too
don't
far.
think Silver can do that because then you're setting kind of a crazy precedent.
Yeah.
Because imagine if you do that and then Pablo the next day is like, oh, here's records on the other 20 teams
No,
who have done similar things. Like, what
And
are you gonna do?
undoubtedly, I think Silver himself, he definitely likes having Steve Ballmer as one of the people, or as like one of the most powerful people in the NBA.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, Steve
he
Ballmer's
has
a good guy to
incredible
have.
wealth. He has
Yeah.
incredible devotion to basketball. Like, I actually think that this is why it's complicated from the league office. Like, if this was just like any random team, like this is also like, I don't know, man. Like the Indiana Pacers were like, oh, they tampered for Pascal. Like, let's get him out the league with these secret payments. Like, they'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem, man. The Pacers are out of here. But I do specifically think that there are definitely owners in the league who also have under the payment table payments going that don't want this to go any further. And I also think that Adam Silver, if it was just up to him with nothing else to answer for, he'd probably be like, yeah, I'd rather not, punish the biggest partner I have in a significant way.
Well, they gotta tread carefully too, because like they don't know what else Pablo's reporting on. I think it's like the big wild card for them.
I
Because
mean,
like
damn, bro. Good for
Pablo's in
him,
a
man.
position to try to make all these people look like hypocrites with like everything that they say, like every other day.
You know, I think that does get to the idea of like, there's not too much else you can do against like these billionaires and like super powerful people, except to maybe shame them
Yeah.
publicly, because like I think they do have some vested interest in sort of appearing like on the up and up, and like, you know, not having the reputation like not even smeared, because I feel like that's like unfair. I feel like even exposed. You know
Well,
what I
you
mean?
think about Steve Ballmer. It's like before this whole thing, he was just like this fun, wacky, rich guy who owned a basketball team who would like slap people's thighs.
Yeah.
And now, fair or not, like he's known generally publicly as
He's a
you
cheater.
know,
He's
a cheater. Yeah.
He's 100% a cheater.
No, but this is like when
Yeah.
it happened with like, I mean, a different level when it was like the Houston Astros in baseball. Obviously, they were like actually
That's
caught.
cheating in the game.
They were like
Yeah.
banging the garbage can, like all of this stuff.
By the way, not exactly not exactly like a scheme. This is Ocean's 11, man.
Jose
This
Altuve
might be
probably
Ocean's 12 with how dumb that scheme
climbing
was.
between walls. He was the Chinese guy. He was the Chinese acrobatic guy. or
Yo,
whatever.
Baseball's cheating scandals are so funny because it's
No,
always
but-
like, oh, someone's wiped like Vaseline on his hat, and he
No,
like,
but it's like-
throws slurs.
but it's
or
like-
someone's banging a garbage can. Someone in white is sitting in the outfield allegedly. Like what? What kind of cheating is this, man?
No, but this is such a gray area because like baseball teams,
Mm-hmm.
like they tip, you know, when other teams tip pitches,
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
like signal, and that's allowed. That's like within the game.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like, what is allowed within the game of NBA tampering, of giving players benefits?
This is the thing. It's like if you open this Pandora's box, like this is. I mean, and this, by the way, I don't think it's exclusive to the NBA. Like, you know,
Sure.
I think this happens
Look
in
at
all
college.
forms of sports.
Like college
Yeah, this
forever
happens
was
in
like a
college all the
scam.
time.
People were getting like bribed
Right.
all the time, right?
Right.
So it's all of this stuff. I don't know. Maybe the NBA needs to have their own version of the NIL. Like guys need to like, I don't know, man. Like these side deals need to be more structured, or it just becomes like a Wild Wild West and nobody cares.
Well,
do
I
have
think it
one-
was a Wild Wild West until now. And now people actually do care.
Yeah,
but
we'll
I
see.
still don't think if there's an actual resolution here.
I'm like I'm super curious. I do have one bonus idea.
Okay.
And the
All right.
bonus idea is the Clippers have to play with the 2011-12 roster for this upcoming season.
Oh my God.
So let's
Ooh,
let's
who was on this
let's
team?
pull up. They're gonna have to disconnect.
Oh.
They're gonna have to disconnect a lot of podcast mics to get these guys back. So
Oh
this is
my
like
God.
early. What is this? Like early, like Lob City.
Well, is this the year they traded for Chris Paul?
Yes, I believe so.
The roster doesn't even look that bad.
Yeah. So this is the year I think they like went to the first round. Vinny Del Negro.
How many
was their
point
head
guards are
coach.
on this roster?
So they
man?
got Chauncey Billups. So Chauncey Billups has to quit his job in Portland.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
back and play. Eric
Chauncey
Bledsoe has to
Billups.
fly back from Guangdong.
Yeah, well, you could do
Yeah.
that. There's daily flights. It's fine.
Karan Butler, no more podcasting or whatever you're doing.
Shouts to Karan Butler, man.
Yeah, Brian Cook.
Respect
What
Karan
you
Butler.
know about Chef, man? Yeah,
What do you mean, man? This guy played for both LA teams, man.
yeah.
Come
What
on.
you know about Chef?
Yeah,
Reggie
yeah,
Evans,
Chef.
of course. We know
Oh,
Reggie
of
Evans.
course, man.
Who
Yeah.
the hell is Courtney Fortson?
Yo, you don't know Courtney Fortson? Come on, man.
Man,
Yeah.
that's what Kawhi's trying to fucking play with aspiration, man. He's like, I'm not a Fortson, I'm a Fort son. Randy Foy, Timberwolves legend.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, Randy Foy. Yeah.
Ryan Gomes, Celtics
Ryan
legend.
Gomes. Yeah. Timberwolves legend. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course Blake Griffin. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
got
yeah.
Blake. Solomon Jones, okay.
That's one 2K needs to generate a player. They
De-
create Solomon Jones.
DeAndre
21.
Jordan, Travis Leslie, was he an R&B singer featured on the first 3 Kanye
Why is he wearing
albums?
23, man? That's,
Travis.
yo, there's gotta be rules against this, man. You can't have just unknown players wearing legendary numbers. It's not fair.
We got Mr. Neck Tattoo, Mr. Neck Lips, Kenyon Martin.
Absolutely.
So Kenyon Martin's gonna have to drop the podcast for a little bit.
Okay.
CP,
Probably a good
so
idea.
CP, no changes. CP could pull
yeah,
out.
Chris Paul's just there still.
Bobby Simmons, wasn't he a one-time
Uh-oh.
6 man of the year with the Bucks?
Bobby Simmons, by the way, classic R&B name, man.
Oh yeah, classic.
Bobby Simmons should be in Boyz II Men.
Featuring Lil Wayne. Trey Tompkins. What is this? Is this?
There's no way that's a real guy,
Yo,
man.
there's no way, man.
TT is on this team.
Mo Will, damn, former All-Star Mo Williams.
Yo, how many point guards do they have? Their point guards are Chris Paul of all. This is prime Chris Paul, like peak Chris Paul. Eric Bledsoe, Mo Williams, Chauncey Billups, somebody named Courtney Fortson. That's like 5 point guards right there.
I didn't even mention Swaggy P. Nick Young is on this team too.
Nick Young.
Yeah, they could literally have a podcast as well. There's like 6 podcasters on this list, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
how many do you think this team will get 2 wins in the NBA right now?
Oh, come on, man.
Five wins.
With CP running the team, I give that at least 20 wins, man.
CP born in 1985, man.
So I'm born 84. Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you ran a team, I don't think you get a win out there.
No, I think you put Swaggy P out there. Swaggy, you spread the floor, man. Got Swaggy P out there.
Spread the floor.
Karan Butler in the corner, right? Like Blake Griffin in the post. DeAndre's pretty good in 3-minute spurts.
I guess DeAndre's still in the NBA.
I think
the only guys in the NBA now
like,
are still DeAndre and Chris Paul playing wise.
I would give like 22 wins for this team.
This is the ultra unction. Actually, the current day NBA, the current day Clippers, I believe, are actually older than this team.
Yeah, I love how everyone coming into the season is like, "Yo, Clippers roster is so old," and guys are just like 33 and 34.
Okay,
that's not that old, man.
Yeah, the game's the game. You know,
that's not that old.
The game's the game.
Just looking at this roster, it actually and the comment about the unction, it did remind me. Did you guys catch the Canelo Crawford fight this weekend at all?
No, I'm against violence.
Fair enough. The only reason why I'm bringing it up is because it cut to the crowd, and then it had this exact group over here. We have Sam Cassell, Chauncey Billups, Tyronn Lue, and Rich Paul at the end there. And the only reason why I want to point out this specific group is because, Will, this is the exact group that we saw at the clutch party. Like, this is clearly a clutch set seat
That's a clutch game for sure.
Full unction. Like, for you, Alex, who unfortunately was not able to make the clutch party with us, this is exactly how it looked like when we were in there.
I think if you look in the back, I think that's Ike Jung.
Not the junction.
Yo, that's what we link up.
The junction is crazy.
Oh my god,
that's legit. What the 4 of us link up.
The junction and the junction.
Trey Tompkins got to be like a Tristan Thompson variant, man.
Most likely
is a Trey Tompkins, man.
I gotta look up Trey Tompkins.
Anyways, that's all I've got on the Clippers. If you want
for Real Madrid, good for him, man.
If you want to throw it to a little ad, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I cynically I believe that not too much will come out of this, and not that reputationally like the things are going to change, and I think everyone's going to suspect them, but I feel like if I definitely would not want to be Adam Silver right now. Is what I'm saying, because if he's going to do the right thing, he's going to cost himself a lot. But maybe that's the price of integrity. So we're going to throw to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about something else.
Yeah, stuff.
That's right. Come back.
This show is brought to you by Simply Spiked. Will, I know summer's over, but you are not done with Simply Spiked, are you?
No, absolutely. This is my preferred drink of choice, as you know.
I am very aware, and that's why I need to ask you, what do you prefer? What is your favorite flavor? Is it the lemonade? Is it peach? Is it limeade?
After a long summer of researching and testing every single flavor, I think I have it boiled down to 2. Number 2 has come down to the blackberry flavor. Blackberry was very, very good. And
oh my gosh, dark horse pick.
In the rotation. But number 1 is actually the blueberry, which I tried looking around my house. I don't even have anymore. I'm going to need a restock.
You went through all of it. Okay.
Simply Spiked hit me up again. But I'm probably going to pick some up at my local beverage store, and I'm going to enjoy those responsibly, because those are my top 2, blueberry and blackberry.
Well, good to know. It's not even anything I listed there. Hello and welcome, fans. If you're not sure what flavor you want to get yourself a variety pack so you can try each flavor. It really is the ideal drink for any occasion, from hanging with your friends to catching this upcoming Toronto Raptors season. Nothing will get you feeling refreshed and ready for the season like Simply Spiked. Fall is approaching, but there's no need for pumpkin spice when you got Simply Spiked.
Oh, very good.
Thank you. I know this is an ad, but Will, you really love your Simply Spiked. Like, this is not a joke.
Absolutely is not a joke. I'm not kidding. Like, I had my brother house sit my cats while I was away in Europe over the summer, and when I came back, one of the cases of Simply Spiked were gone. So I know it's not just me. Who
Oh, it runs in the Lou family, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, George, man, I'm gonna have to send you some in Montreal.
This is a Simply Spiked household. Well, anyway, pick up Simply Spiked at your local liquor store for your next hangout. Must be legal, drinking age. Celebrate responsibly.
All right, we are back. Oh,
Man, who did the music for that ad, man? John B or something? Don't listen to
What does this say,
what
man?
people say.
这个广告非常棒. Okay.
What?
Very, very good commercial.
Yes,
basically.
whatever you said.
I think that's what that says. To be honest,
sir.
I guess
It's just saying that this is a very good channel in
Oh,
response
it's a
to
very
the
good
show
channel.
itself.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Six.
There you go. All right. I guess we're closing out. We have a couple of housekeeping items. First off, thank you, Lost and Found.
Yeah, shouts to the good folks at Lost and Found, Justin, Daniel, Justin, and everyone there. They recently released official New Era collab with the Blue Jays. Lost and Found were able to bless us with these hats. So make sure, man, I shop at Lost and Found. Jerome and I are there very often on Ossington.
I think
make sure
all your tees are from there, man.
Yeah. I'm wearing my Lady White Coat tee right now. So shouts to good folks at Lost and Found. If you want a nice Blue Jays hat for the stretch run here for the playoffs, make sure you go hit up their website or go hit up their shop on Ossington. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you, Josh, for pointing out that my hat is. I'm doing some cap circumvention with the hat itself. I'm like Steve Ballmer. Part of this hat is. Part of my head is under a different hat at this point to fit. But no, man, you need to gear up for the stretch run, man, because the Jays back to the playoffs soon. You know what I mean? What's our magic number, Alex? I know you've been.
Our magic number is 5 to clinch playoff spot. I think it's 9 to win the AL East. I think as long as we go 7-6 in our last 13 games, the Yankees would have to go undefeated to catch us. So we're locked in. Shouts to all our friends at the Blue Jays. Ali Khan, Richard, Shania, Maddie, thanks for not getting any more tickets for me and basically telling me to hit you back next year.
You know the Jays are good.
The Jays have become the hottest commodity in the city, man.
You know the Jays are good when Alex is sitting at the goddamn 500s.
Dog, I bought 500 level tickets for the whole Red Sox series next week.
Ooh.
Catch me with the civilians, man. I'm for the people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but if anybody wants to upgrade me behind home plate, please let me know. Yeah.
This guy wants to go from the 500 to the TD zone or whatever.
Yo, 500. Honestly, man, I'm not even trying to gas up the Jays, but there's no bad seat in the house, man. Yesterday, I was in the second last row of the whole stadium, man. It was a good view.
Why? This guy was halfway up the CN. This guy was in the CN Tower looking down.
I was half the world away.
This
I was
guy's like,
closer.
yo,
I was closer.
that's a strike.
I was closer to Edinburgh than I was to Toronto.
This guy bought one of those condos, those silly little condos that you can look in.
Oh, JR Manitas says he got me on tickets. What are you going to do? Get me 20%. Yo, JR, message me, man. I'm not even going to flame you.
No, he needs those tickets.
See you Wednesday, man. Make sure you get a proper haircut for that dinner, bro.
Hey, top secret dinner coming up.
Top secret with Bobby. Okay. Yeah, next.
Could be Simmons. Could be Bobby Simmons. You never know.
Next up, I know.
Schmurda.
I know, Will, this weekend you had the honor of emceeing a
that's right.
3-on-3 basketball tournament at the University
Here
of
comes your
Toronto.
next wardrobe change.
Yeah.
That's right.
And from what I believe, shouts to my guy Tim, who organized the event.
Oh yeah, him.
Tim and I used to work at Winners together.
That's right. Yeah.
You mentioned.
That's how we knew each other.
I did actually get a little scouting report. So about your time working together at Winners.
Oh, okay.
Because we were talking about Kawhi naturally, because everyone NBA fans just talking about Kawhi.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I'm like, yo, well, did Alex like working at Winners? He's like, nah, man. He wasn't a hard worker at all.
Okay.
Let's hear your side of it.
1 out of 2. One of those things is right. I was not a hard worker.
Yeah.
I was just trying to socialize all the time because Winners was one of my favorite jobs. It was at First Markham Place.
Okay.
I was in high school.
Okay.
I was in high school going into university. I think I crossed over in university. I worked there as well. And
Nice,
everybody
nice.
who worked there was the same age. It was so fun.
Oh,
Those are some
like-
of the best jobs you have in your life.
so what did you do?
So mainly I was cashier. I worked the men's department, and I did fitting room, and I worked in the warehouse as well in
Oh,
mornings.
okay.
Oh, you did everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
That's a lot of work not done, man. Across every department.
no. So this is classic across a lot of my jobs in my life. Like I was very well liked, except by the bosses. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
Like I was well liked across with my coworkers.
Yeah.
They were
I've
always
never heard
happy
one
to see
coworker
me.
say bad things about you. I'm serious. I've worked with you in 4 different workplaces now.
No, people love me except for people above me. No, but I love working at Winners. Tim's a very successful financial guy now. I don't even know what he does. But yeah, you guys had a tournament. Was it all? So it was all real estate people playing basketball.
Yeah. So it was realtors who, like, across the city. Obviously, a lot of realtors. Obviously, you know, I'm Team Toronto Livings. Okay.
Yo, shouts to Mark,
I mean,
man.
Mark
Shouts to
Sabel was out there.
Toronto Livings. Shouts to Joey the Snake. Yeah.
Joey was out there. John was out there. John's 2 sons were out there as well. One of them playing. The other one was I was playing against him. Man, these kids can hoop, man. I got cooked by a 12.
No, I saw some footage. Yeah, I saw some footage.
Oh, I got cooked by a 12-year-old. He got me with the okie doke. But
Yeah, Mrs. Toronto Livings. You know, Adriana was
Of
there in the
course,
stands.
of
You know,
course.
cheering on Mark. Yeah.
absolutely. And you know, I think it was interesting because obviously it was a money race for charity, and it was a really, really good you know, event for on that part.
This
They
was at the
raised a
Gold
lot of
Ring
money.
Center, right?
Well, yeah, it was at Gold
was
Ring
at
at U of
Gold
T.
Ring, yeah.
So this is how I spent Saturday morning, man. First thing I woke up, you know, hopped on my scooter, got down to Gold Ring, got in there, and then they were just like, we're gonna play 3-on-3 basketball. And it very clearly was like some teams were composed of realtors, like, you know what I mean, like people who will come in.
They're like, yo, hold
buy
up,
you a
time out.
sell you a
I gotta
condo.
close a deal, bro.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can you sign
I got
like
a
the
2-bedroom
DocuSign?
rental coming in, man.
Yeah. Like, I want to rent this, want to flip this property. You know what I mean? Like, you know, converted church lots. You know what I mean? Beautiful, 700 square feet, whatever.
That's literally Sabel's last year. Man.
So you had realtors, and then
Yeah.
you had semi-retired / like professional basketball
Oh,
players.
yeah.
man.
Like ringers?
Yeah. There
Yeah.
were more ringers in there than a Spotify company.
Oh,
But like,
man.
no,
Was
seriously, like,
Logan Murdoch there?
you know, there were at least 2 members. Maybe I didn't identify more, but at least 2 members of people like who were formerly representing Team Canada
What?
on an international stage.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
guessing.
I'm like, I know you don't sell houses, man.
I'm
No
guessing they
way.
won. Yeah.
Neither won.
Actually, surprisingly, neither of the teams that had
One made it
former
to
Team
the
Canada
final,
players.
but then neither won.
Yeah, they both made it to the semifinals, but they one lost in the finals, one lost in the semis. But it was very competitive, and I
Yeah.
thought basketball-wise, I was very surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know if people appreciated my commentary or not, because you know, remember when you and I did commentary for CCYA?
Yeah, no, we're like beefing with the Funk Bros. Like,
Yeah, we were exactly we were centering people. I think that was kind of the idea, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, I don't know, man, like. So I can't even talk to some of these guys because they're formerly Team Canada.
Will was calling it straight. I was there for the
Yeah.
finals of it, and Will was just calling the game.
yeah,
No,
this guy calls a spade, man.
Oh, it was pretty good. But I think the highlight of the tournament for me wasn't actually that. It was all tournament long. So I think the Toronto Livings team, which was Mark Sabel's team, our friend.
Mark really wants you to talk about his game and stuff. So please do it.
There were their team was carried by 2 young guys, like literally like 17 and 18-year-olds.
Yeah,
maybe
classic
even
real
younger,
estate
honestly.
tactics. Leave it to
Yeah.
the interns. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm cool with that. Like they're 16, 17-year-olds, and honestly, they can really hoop. Like they were getting all the buckets. I think they might have gone 3-0 in group stage, and then they lost in the semifinals, or like the round robin, or like the playoffs, whatever. When they had to play, like, you know. I can't. They had to play Brady Heslip, bro. Come on, that guy was.
Wait, was
he's
Heslip
training-
there?
He's
Heslip
in
was
training
playing.
camp with the Raptors.
Wait, the actual Brady Heslip was
Brady
there?
Heslip was there hooping.
I'm like, Mark Sabel, close out on Brady Heslip.
Yo, this guy's
There's
guarding
no
the
way.
Canadian Matt Thomas.
we might as well
That's
tell you, it's
crazy.
Brady Heslip and the other MVP, Alex, from our media win.
Oh my
Superman.
God, Alex,
Superman
Superman.
John. Yeah.
Superman was in the building. He was hitting like
Yeah.
fadeaway
He was
threes
hitting
and stuff. It
crazy
was
shots
great.
to keep his team in
Surprised
it.
the
Yeah.
Arkells didn't show up, man.
I
but-
think if they knew about it, we might have gotten Max Freeman
Yeah.
in there.
Well, you know, maybe they're realtors too, but no. So Sabel's team had to play them, and so obviously they got washed by that point. But it was very funny because the whole tournament, I'm trying to coach up Sabel because it's like clearly this man has never played basketball before. No, like he didn't know how to screen, he didn't know where to go, he didn't know how to shoot.
Yeah.
And so I just kept telling him, like, look, man, the very fundamental, just keep your like your stance a little bit wider, like just like, you know what I mean. His legs were like his feet were touching on every jumper. So I'm like, okay, split your feet a little bit, just like be in a good stance, shoot it with confidence, and just release it off of the your front two fingers here, and just shoot upwards. Don't shoot
This is
towards
like
the
when you
basket.
coached Alex to hit 1 of 2 free throws. Yeah.
And all tournament long, I would come back to their games, and like Savell would be like, "Nah, I got 0 points. I got 0 points. I got real 0 points." On the very, very last shot of the game, and by the way, they were down 30-14, so like obviously the game's over.
Mm-hmm.
Savell, and I'm on the microphone like all over the PA system, like begging him, like, "Yo, take the shot, give it to Mark Savell, pass it to Uncle Mark." And Mark shot a 3. It actually banked in, but it went in. We celebrated. I jumped on the court. We all hugged. We all embraced. It was an incredible time, and that's how I earned this jersey. That you don't.
Yeah,
know.
no, that's amazing, man. I really wish I was part of the event because it sounded like a lot of fun.
It was pretty good. You should come out next year.
Yeah,
They'll
show
do it again.
some my guy Tim. Shouts to Savell. I also missed out on you guys finally landing Andrew Nembhard, the sequel.
Ooh.
The sequel is coming. What can you tell me about the sequel, man?
Oh well, I think Vanity Fair has an interview every year with Billie Eilish that has gone on for like 8 years, and they ask kind of the same questions, and you get to see sort of how somebody grows over time, which is very cool. Hopefully, that's what we do with Andrew Nembhard on Hello.
I do
Hello,
love that
Andrew.
Nembhard is like kind of like our Hello exclusive.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, first off, I feel like, because, like my process with like researching these guys is like, okay, I'm going to see like, all the articles written about them and all the interviews that they've done and stuff like that. There's just surprisingly not a lot of them, I think Andrew, he did 2 podcasts in addition to ours. He did one with Pascal on The Young Man and the Three with Tommy Alter, and his Letterman
And then that
jackets.
way, it wasn't like Pascal interviewing him. They were both guests.
Yeah,
Like together.
right.
Yeah.
I think he also did another one. D'Angelo Russell has the Backyard podcast.
What's it called, man? Russellology?
No, I was gonna make it.
That's enough, man. No more player pods, man.
No, but so that
3
that
and
pod,
D'Angelo.
that pod, he was on with Obi Toppin and James Johnson, and honestly, I think Andrew might have said the least words because
Yeah.
James Johnson, that's the OG kind of stuff.
Yo, Andrew.
But in
so
both
you're
cases,
always
kind of
welcome.
like not necessarily being the focus of the
Yeah.
conversation.
And I was pretty happy because I listened through our previous interview. That one I think is up to 20K, which is just really good. I mean,
That's
just
the
in
first.
general.
That's the first player interview we did. I think like
Yeah.
full player interview we did under
Yeah,
the Hello
for sure.
Hello
Yeah.
branding. Yeah.
And of course, like obviously he's not a Raptor, but we know some of his people. But more importantly, like he had a really good time with the interview last time, right?
Yeah.
So this time when it came to the summer league, I was just like, I'm gonna go find Andrew. He was watching all the Mavs games because his brother Ryan was signed as a rookie to the Dallas Mavericks. So I was like, let's go find Andrew. I'll just run up to him and just ask him a question. I'll be like, yo, do you want to come on the pod again? And the original plan was the two of us will interview him and Ryan, and we'd sort of do this like 4-person interview. Of course, timing wise, it didn't really work out, and ultimately it was only me and Andrew, and obviously Jerome shooting it. But no, it worked out really well, man. To the point where I fulfilled.
Shout out Marshall also for helping us on
Shouts to Marshall.
Yeah.
Shouts to the
Kung.
bucket.
Well, there's okay. I don't even want to make a joke. I fulfilled a bucket list item. Got to play basketball against an NBA player, which
Man,
was very cool.
that's not just any NBA player, man.
Ooh, look at this!
this
Look
is
at
Andrew
this!
We got some footage coming on the show, so stay tuned for that.
Oh,
No, like I'm
man.
super excited to check out the interview. Make sure, of course, everyone you haven't yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the podcast feed.
I feel like
But-
it's gonna be another premiere. I feel like Will's gonna be on
This
there.
is gonna be a premiere, man.
Will's gonna be
Yeah.
on there, chatting up with everyone in the stream.
But
for sure.
Andrew
Oh,
Andrew
yeah,
is
that's right.
so
Look at
interesting,
this.
man. Like from
at the
his jump
stats.
in the playoffs this season, all the crazy games that they played during the playoff run. Like I'm sure you asked him obviously about like Halliburton getting hurt in Game 7
course.
and all this stuff. So like
Of course.
I'm super excited for that. We got to get Pascal this year, so we got to change up
Yeah?
plans. Kawhi Leonard's a criminal now. We can't get him on the pod. He's not going to
Okay.
talk.
Yeah.
So that's not happening. So we have to swerve now, and you have to guarantee a Pascal Siakam interview within the next 12 months. Yeah.
The only thing I will say about this is we have obviously previously tried to get Pascal Siakam on the interview,
Sure.
and he had one secret condition, and that condition has
Well,
been met, so.
Speaking of like pod circumvention, did you bribe the former president of the Raptors at 10.
Right.
How's
yes,
that going?
Yes, I did actually.
Did you run through proper channels?
Well, the proper channel was just me talking to Masai, like one.
Oh, you went
I
direct.
I walked up to him. And
What
was
did he
like,
say?
up,
What
man?"
did he
He's like-
say? Can you?
Well, I mean, I
reveal
think
it?
he was in a different state because, like, obviously he was there. He was in Toronto for the premiere of a documentary that he is appearing in, and also an executive producer of, called Origin, the launch of the first year of the Basketball Africa League.
Yeah.
He was there with Joakim Noah as well. It's actually pretty cool to see Joakim Noah. I really like Joakim Noah, actually. I really, really like Joakim Noah. As far as Nepo babies go, Joakim's pretty elite.
Shouts to Yannick. Yeah.
Shouts to Yannick, of course, man. But yeah, I ran into Masai. I waited, you know how TIFF goes, right? Like, the screening's there, they bring the people up, they ask them a couple questions, the crowd asks questions, and then it's over. But then you can loiter in the front, and I happened to get tickets like literally in row 1. So I was actually looking at the screen like from this like ridiculous angle, like like a rush ticket. And yeah, afterwards, ran up on Masai, told him like, hey, we'd love to get you on the pod, and he was like, okay, let's you go talk to our PR manager and let's set something up. So
right.
I don't think it's a commitment. I think it was just like
No, let's
go talk to the
open
PR manager.
that conversation.
But it wasn't like a no, which I think is pretty significant.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Yeah,
that.
I told him, I'm like, yo, man, you want to go on one of the
There's
go
no
on
other game in town,
You want
bro.
to go on a Rogers channel? Come on,
there's
no.
no-
You're gonna be
yo.
able to tell your story on a Rogers platform. You're
Yo,
gonna tell your story on a TSN
all
platform.
respects to my great folks
what I
at
mean?
Sportsnet TSN, man. This the number one game in town right now, man.
Well, yeah, we'll
on.
see. I mean, we'll see if we land Masai. I think it'll still be quite difficult, but
but I
we're
think it's
making
good.
progress on that front. Yeah.
No, I mean I know you've always had a good relationship with Masai and stuff, and I think it'll just take him a little bit of time. Like that interview is eventually coming. It's probably going to be on Kelly Clarkson, but hopefully it's on Hello.
You think Kelly Clarkson's like, Masai, why did you make the Thaddeus Young trade?
Yeah. Why does Kelly Clarkson sound like a Chat GPT robot?
She's like, Masai, you could have drafted
Masai.
Christian Walker Kessler instead of Christian Coloco. Are you sure?
Masai Ujiri. Who was that point guard we signed? He was Masai. Why Will Barton?
He's like, Masai, do you feel like you didn't get the best out of Otto Porter Jr.?
Yo, I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Otto Porter also was a no-show job, man.
Oh.
Raptors got canned. They got conned, man. Let's get Pablo to look into that one.
Okay,
as well. Just
Masai-
Otto Porter Jr. in general.
We're gonna do Masai and Pascal next 12 months because Kawhi's off the list. Yeah.
Okay, Kawhi's off the list. I mean, in terms of just like what. So it's a no-toe job for Otto Porter Jr. Yo, Otto Porter sat out like 2 years with a toe.
Shows to
It was
Dog
incredible,
Gerino.
man. Oh
Arf.
man. Yo, one year I remember we were supposed to get Otto Porter for an interview because I was like, I at that point I interviewed pretty much everyone on the team, so I'm like, I guess I'll interview Otto too. And then the tip I got was like, oh man, I think he's ready to play soon, man. He was watching Rush Hour on the team play.
That's
you
tough.
should ask him about Rush Hour. I'm like, okay.
That's tough.
And then he didn't. He was like,
That's when journalism died. We should
journalism died with the scoop that he was rushing Rush Hour on the plane.
we should hit up Utah Watanabe, man. Let's see, catch
Yeah.
up. Do a little catch up. Get a little Japan viewership out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
Well,
Man? Heard
well-
Jordan Lloyd signed. I gotta turn Mark Stein's notifications off.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, Jordan Lord was cooking with Poland. He was recently. By the way, have you been watching any Eurobasket, buddy?
No, but congrats to Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
And Germany.
Oh.
He won MVP of the tournament too.
Oh, okay? So I didn't watch it live, truthfully, because I was. I don't know. I was just. I was a Sunday in Toronto. I wasn't watching Eurobasket final. No offense. But I did catch up on it just this morning because I actually really wanted to watch the game between Germany and Turkey. And I have to tell you, man, Dennis Schroeder had his version. Like, I want to be very clear, but like his version of like MJ in the finals in Utah. Like it was like they were down 1 with a minute left. He drives to the baskets, finishes with a left-handed layup over a super contest, and it somehow drops in. So they're up 1. Şengün gets a good look at the layup, but he misses it. Tries to get the rebound, but he gets stripped under the basket by Dennis to secure the possession. Germany then misses their first shot, got their own rebound, kicked it up to Dennis. Dennis on a one-on-one crossover, mid-range, pull-up, knocked it in for a 3-point lead. Like, dog, I have people on being like, Dennis Schroeder should make the Hall of Fame at this point.
Well, they were listing out guys
Like-
who've won, I think, like Eurobasket and World Cup or something, like FIBA MVP, and he's won both, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the list of guys who've done that, like, and I guess it is Basketball Hall of Fame, and they do consider like international accomplishments. I think leading your country to like two gold medals, like, or two, like, whatever, like tournament wins in that way. Like, I do think it probably throws them in the conversation.
It's incredible. I mean, I think earlier during this tournament run, Dennis had come out with the quote where he talked about sort of like, I don't get the reverence in Germany that like someone like Dirk does, because he's black and he's obviously Germany's primarily white country, and then with that, like when he put that statement out there and then he backed it up by winning Eurobasket for his team, like that's unbelievable, man.
No, respects, man.
Like,
I
it's
know
unbelievable.
Dennis didn't have a long run here, but I was a Dennis.
Dennis was one of many Raptors betrayed here in Toronto.
I was a Dennis fan, man. I like Dennis.
Yeah, because he wasn't really about bullshit, which in that year he was here, there's a lot of bullshit. So
man.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess that's it. We got the Nembhard interview coming.
Yeah, we got
This week.
We got Nemby coming up later this week.
We're gonna start lining up
really
doing
excited for that
some season preview
Yeah.
stuff next week, and then training camp is media day, and training camp is the week after. We'll be
that's
out
right.
We'll be out in Calgary.
Hey, your boys will be out in Calgary. Let us know what to do out in Calgary, and don't tell us Banff because we're already gonna go. But just let us know, like restaurants.
Yeah, I heard there's a restaurant called Modern Milk or something that's good.
Modern Milk.
I don't know. I gotta check with my sources a little bit deeper. My sources out in the Berta. Yeah.
You okay? All right, yeah. But let us know what to do in Calgary. I think.
Yeah,
first and foremost.
because
I mean,
it's we'll be celebrating my birthday there, man.
Oh yeah, your birthday, which is not on October 4th.
No,
Yeah.
October 2nd.
7th.
Any-
Second. Damn it, man.
Yo, any diehard listeners looking to get me gifts, hit me up. I got lots of ideas.
Yo, Streets are saying you a milk. Soy milk, man.
Yo, that's crazy.
Quick Google search. I think it's called Model Milk.
Yeah, Model Milk. There we
Model
go.
milk. Okay. All right.
Model Milk, baby.
Interesting.
Yeah, but we'll be hitting up Banff. So looking forward to that.
Yo, you about to be Banff McMahon.
No, we gotta try to arrange to get Michael Grange unbanned
Yeah.
and on the program. I think we should do Matt Devlin catch up.
I would love to talk to Matt again, man. I think was one of my big favorites from last year in training camp was in Montreal, keeping you guys waiting as me and Matt got a coffee together in the old port.
I think it's always good to get Matt start of the season, set the tone. It's a good tone setter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
See what propaganda he's gonna be. That's just kidding.
I mean, I didn't want to say it.
Just
I didn't
kidding,
want to
man.
say it.
That's gonna be like, hey, look, why
Matt-
can't we be the 5 seed?
Matt's gonna be like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. I'm doing Jays Yankees on fucking TBS. I'm not coming to Calgary.
Matt, I hope you're coming to Calgary, man. You know we love you on the show,
Oh my
bro.
god.
We love you, dog.
Yeah, that's it, man. So Hello's gonna be, back full, up and running real soon.
Yeah, of course we'll try to get more interviews with the actual Raptors too. I'm actually looking forward to being around the team again, getting a chance to talk to people. Obviously, last time we were there was Summer League, and we brought you as much coverage as we possibly could for Summer League, and that's kind of the approach we'll do for
Shouts
training
to
camp as
Raptors
well, man.
PR, shouts to Jennifer Quinn. I think too, we're excited for the season to start, excited for training camp. Yeah, no, man, I think there's a lot of people are excited about this season. There's a lot of unknowns and stuff like that. So I think that makes for good entertainment.
When does the collective conscience actually turn towards the Raptors in this city? Because obviously right now it's a Blue Jays right now. Like literally, even I'm watching every Jays
It's
game.
the Jays, and then it's going to be the Leafs as well.
Right.
I think the Raptors
What
really
did the
need
Leafs
to.
do this summer? I mean, other than lose Matt, or
I guess
Mitch
they
Marner
lost
or whatever.
Warner. I don't know. But I don't think the Raptors are really going to get the general fans' attention in the city unless they get off to a good start.
Well, okay, I was gonna say, what do they need to do to get off? Like, what do they need to do to get people watching? Like,
They
the
need
Raptors
to
are 10-5 right
start.
now?
They
Like,
need
are
to
people
start
tapping in?
7-3 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the general fans, because I heard ratings were really bad for Raptors games last year. Like
Oh.
worse than like TFC, like CFL games.
Worse than TFC.
I heard-
God
I heard
damn it.
worse than
Wait,
curling.
This year's TFC.
And it's
way.
no disrespect to any of those sports, but it's like you think of the Raptors, you're like, man, it's Raptors, Leafs, Jays, like they're
I
the
know.
ones that should be
I know.
capturing the audience.
I know.
But yeah, no, sources were telling me that the viewership was absolutely terrible, especially in that second
CFL
half.
viewership was better. You telling me that?
Yeah,
People
so
were
so
like, I want to watch Tie Cats.
so we're gonna have to see. I think the Raps have to get off to a quick start to get people excited.
I mean,
But you know, man, like if the Raptors start like 7-3, the whole city will be buzzing, man.
the whole city. I mean, I don't know about the whole city will be buzzing because I think the Jays will hopefully still be in the postseason at that point.
Sure.
So I think the Jays are going to buy almost cover for like the entire city for a bit because that's all we're going to tap into for like September or October. It was just be Jays.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like that's. It's funny because the Raptors really didn't even make that many moves when you think about it. Like the offseason
Nah,
was
but
very
the-
quiet. The biggest thing was Masai left.
Yeah, but the whole sell job is like, oh, team's healthy now. They're adding Ingram. Let's see what happens, type, right? And I think there will be a lot of excitement, especially from like the diehard fans and stuff, people who like listen all the time. Like I think people will be excited at the start of the season, but man, if they get off to like a 3-10 start, then it's like, oh shoot. Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the number one.
But 3-10 probably get you the 8th seed in the East, man. So it's chill. Yeah.
No, 3-10, man. More heads will roll at that point, man. No, man, please.
Whose head's gonna roll, man? Who's the next head to roll?
Oh man, I mean, I'm just saying, like, who was our biggest offseason addition? It was Sandro.
Yeah, and Sandro Muse, the account. Yeah,
Sandro Muse. What did we add in the offseason? Raptors NBA Paint. We added NBA
yeah,
Paint.
NBA Paint, man. Yeah.
We added Olivier Sarr.
We should just
the
skip media
older
day
brother
and just have NBA
Alex.
paint every player on media day.
Yeah, you don't even give them any ideas because I think they'll probably do that. Who else we add in the offseason? Rookies, you know what I mean? So, like, I think the biggest thing is internal improvement has to happen. I mean, of course, like, Ingram is basically an addition considering he didn't play for us after the trade last year. But, you know, like, they got to make it work. I think there should be, like, a decent amount of pressure on everybody involved. I think Darko in particular, just like to get the squad fully ready.
Yeah, and personally, like I would love for the Raptors to get off to a quick start because it would be good for business. Yeah,
it will be great for business, you know. But hey,
we've been
you know,
dying for a good
we'll
Raptors team for a while, man.
I mean, when we launched Raptor Show year one, they won 48 games. That was pretty good.
Yeah, they were 500 and then they made that nice little run.
Yeah. I think we might have had better ratings Raptor Show than Raptors last year. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, we didn't.
Yeah, we're super humble. All right, that's it, man.
That's it.
Off for the rest of the week.
Well, no, we have Andrew Nembhard coming out later this week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which means Jerome will be working.
Pre-taped.
No, I'm really excited for that one. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be back to regular scheduled programming, beginning, I believe, next week.
Yeah, we're gonna aim for that. Yeah, so.
What is that? What does that look like, Alex?
So
as the producer of the show,
we'll
as well.
do 3 episodes. We'll have some special guests join us.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll map out a good season preview. You know,
It's around the corner. Honestly, if there's anything Raptors wise, you know, we come up and cover it.
The
But
NBA
otherwise,
is dead right now, man.
NBA's dead. You know what I mean? Watch WNBA playoffs have begun. You know, tap in there. Watch
Yeah,
the
go
Blue
Lynx,
Jays.
man. Let's go Minnesota Lynx, baby.
You got the Lynx. Let's get Bridget a ring, man. That feels very, very close to it last year. But yeah, otherwise, you know, Premier League, you know, Champions League, you know, Liverpool, you know what I mean? Like I got plenty of things.
Big
keeping me
dub
busy.
over Burnley. Yeah, 12 points top of the table right now.
That's right. Yeah, when we get in, can we do a bulk buy on the green shirts?
No, I just
third
want one
kit?
for myself. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, but I mean, just no for like saving the shipping. Or
Oh,
whatever.
I want a player on the back though. Who should I get? Like I don't want Salah.
You don't want Salah. Okay, that's fine.
Is the goalie good?
Allison's fire, bro. He's like maybe the best. Yeah, Allison.
Isn't he Brazilian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alisson
He's not responsible
Becker.
for that 10-1 loss to Germany or whatever, right?
No, that was so long ago. That was I forget who that was.
God, Uncle over here talking about the 2016 World
Damn,
Cup.
bro. This guy was like, oh man, Thomas Müller was hurting them. Can't believe it. He now plays for the Whitecaps. Hey, shout out to Thomas Müller, by the way.
Not Mueller. Yeah.
No, you should get a kit.
That's a
they have
Bayern
they
legend,
have a
man.
Japanese player if you want. Endo,
Oh yeah.
number 3, Endo.
Okay.
We had Hendo, now we got Endo.
No, to the wall.
That's not what they sing for him, man. Let's wrap the show up. Thanks all for listening.
Bye.
Appreciate producer Jerome Chang, of course, and all of you for tapping in. Of course, yeah, let us know what you think should happen to the Clippers, both serious and unserious, and Also, what's getting you potentially excited for the Raptors? Because I would love to sort of do a whole episode just to like trying to build excitement for the season as I usually do. But I think I might need I might need a little help on that. So if you guys have any ideas of why you should people get excited about the Raptors, let us know in the comments. Or shoot us a quick little email. Otherwise, banter pod. We got a little banter pod for next week too, or what, man?
Of course, man. We'll
This guy promising so much right now. This guy's like Draymond.
Yo, I'm Draymond. You
meanwhile,
better cash these checks.
Meanwhile, Jerome running around like Steph. I'm Jimmy Butler. I work when I want to.
Oh my god! Of course, we got a banter pod coming next week, man. Yeah, so we'll get that, or maybe we'll wait till after training camp so we have more stories and stuff. So we'll see.
Well, okay, we'll see. All right, appreciate everyone for listening. It's been the Hello and Welcome podcast. We'll see you later this week with Andrew Nembhard.